Hey guys, so finally getting around to doing some tech stuff, or at least playing with some gadgets here. Um, so my wife bought this Smooth Pro a couple months ago. We just got it delivered 2 days ago, Friday evening, and it's been a fun little toy. As you can see on the box, it is a smartphone and action cam stabilizer, basically a gimbal. It's really designed to help you get stable shots, get more professional looking footage. I've been playing with it for the past 2 days, and it's been really neat. It's fun to get your hands on one of these things early on. I don't know if these are actually available for sale yet. My wife kind of did the crowdfunding thing they had a couple months ago, and they just got sent out and delivered the other day. So gonna go ahead and do somewhat of an unboxing. It's not an actual unboxing because we only have one of these and we've already taken it out, played with it, and you can probably tell the box has already got some markings on it from being used for other things like a stand and other things. So just gonna kind of go through what you get with it, and then I'll show you some footage and kind of my initial thoughts of the device. So we'll go ahead and start. So there's the box, open it up. There is the Smooth itself. So we'll go ahead and take that out, set that to the side for the moment. And then you have here a counterweight that is for your larger phones when you mount it. I'll show you it mounted with the GoPro. That won't be used for the GoPro, but if you have a bigger phone like an Apple iPhone Plus, you will need that, otherwise it won't calibrate properly. But the smaller iPhones, you won't need that, and it'll act a little bit different, but it's pretty neat. I don't think I have a small enough phone to mount right now, but maybe I'll do a long-term review and show you what that's like. So there's that. It came with a cable as well. It's just a micro USB charger. And then it actually has an action camera mount as well, which I will show you here in a bit. So yeah, that'll all bolt up there. So that's that. As far as what you get, go ahead and put this box to the side. Put this stuff to the side. I'll show you the controls of this thing here. So essentially, you have a power button here, you have a joystick here, which you can actually use to maneuver the angle of the camera. You can tilt it and then move back and forth. It's pretty neat. There's several different modes for the mode button down here. So you can lock onto an object, you can do casual panning, and then more aggressive panning, it's like. The manual has details on it. I think it's on the site as well. Then you have like your portrait and vertical mode, or your landscape and vertical modes that you can switch back and forth from. I haven't messed with this too much because my phone is too big to really use that, but I just film horizontally. And then we have your actual record button down here, so you don't have to touch the phone at all. You just press that, it starts recording. There is an app that you pair along with this as well, so you will have to film through the app to get all the fun features through that record button. Otherwise, you're going to be touching your phone and whatnot. But the app itself is pretty cool. Probably talk about that more in my long-term review of this. So I'll kind of show you how this moves. So this bit here moves like this, and this bit here moves like this. This spins around. So, and then if you lay it down, you can tilt with this. So one thing that I've been playing with, well, I'll talk about that later, but that's how it moves. It moves in all sorts of fun directions. I'm not a technical person when it comes to this type of equipment, so I couldn't explain to you, this is this axis and that is that axis. So I'm just kind of giving you the layman's, this is how this all works kind of deal. So there's the modes, there's indicators and whatnot for the lights. I'll show you that. I'll have to turn the light off to really get that to show. Then it just charges through micro USB. Just plug it in. And the neat thing about this that separates it from other gimbals and stabilizing arms is that you can actually plug your phone from that micro USB into your phone, and you can actually charge. So while you're on the go, you don't have to worry about having power or anything, or an extra battery hanging off your phone. It'll just be in this. The device itself holds a pretty decent charge. I've been playing with it most of the morning, and it hasn't even lost 1 bar. Oh, another thing I should probably show you is down here is where the actual battery is. And I just lost that. And there's the battery itself. This looks like a giant AA. No battery expert, so I couldn't tell you what that is. But that just slides right in there. And then on the actual bottom of that, there is a area where you can screw in a selfie stick. So if you feel like you need a longer arm, you can use that. I don't know how that can all interface with the controls here. So you're probably going to be more in a mode where you're locked onto a target and moving it that way, or maybe in selfie mode. But you know, there is that option if you feel like that. For what I've been playing with, it's been pretty easy to use. You know, it just sticks right there. I can get pretty decent selfies walking around, recording, and things like that. So just gonna screw this back in. I think it's got it good. All right, so I kind of want to show you what happens when you turn this on without a device hooked into it, and then I will show you the assembly for the action camera. I'll show you my GoPro and how that all does its thing, and then we will talk about the footage that I got earlier. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. So to turn it on, where the power button is, you have to press it once and then press and hold. And then once that green stops blinking, it's ready. And you can see this red, it's having an issue figuring out what it's holding. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble the GoPro and put it on here and show you what it looks like when it's fully like on. Press and hold. You can tell it's off because it just kind of like dangles there. When it's on it, you can feel it moving around and gyrating. Side. So it's going to use standard GoPro Hero 3. You'll need this screw bit, but not the nut, so that'll get placed to the side there. And this actually screws in there, so having a screwdriver would help. When I first undid this, I was actually able to use a butter knife to take it apart. Probably not the desired tool for it, but I was just playing around with it and I was too lazy to get a screwdriver. So, okay, so that's off. So that's nice and tight. And then you'll need this bit as well. And you'll want to pay attention because this end here, where it's like cut out, that will actually fit in this arm in a particular way. It only goes in one way, and I think that's right. Okay. Take this like that. Grab this screw bit. Oh. Of course, now I remember that I forgot something. That's okay. Okay, that's nice and tight. Now, if you're switching from cell phones and action cameras, you'll want to remember to switch this thing here. So here, it's currently in cell phone mode. I'm going to switch it over to camera mode. So, I went ahead and got footage from the dog park earlier today. So, I'm going to go ahead and tack that on. Initial thoughts, I think it's a really cool device. Like I said, I am not a person who uses a lot of these things, so I can't speak professionally on it, but I think it's pretty neat. This went for $200 during the crowdfunding event that my wife participated in, so I don't know if that's what it's going to actually retail for. I don't think this is actually for sale. This is the Smove Pro. There's another Smove out there, which is just called a Smove. And I don't know if it has all these fun features or not, or if it has all the different angles that you can switch around to. So yeah, but overall it's pretty neat. These lights, I think, could be brighter. If you're out and about in the daylight, which is where I would assume that most people would be using these lights will indicate like what mode you're in, or like you saw earlier how when there was nothing in the actual arm, it was showing red. When I was at the dog park showing it off to some friends earlier, I couldn't see those lights at all. I had to like go into the shade and then do all that. So that's an initial criticism that I have of it. I think it could be, those lights could be a little bit brighter. If you're inside, you're not going to have any issues. When the light was off and I had it on, I'm sure you could see those just fine. Structure is very quality feeling. It's all metal from what it feels like, probably aluminum. This grip here is pretty nice. It was a fairly warm day today, and even with my hands sweating, it was easy to hold on to. So, yep, now we're gonna go ahead and cut to the footage that I filmed earlier. You're probably gonna hear me talk about some of these things. Oh, another thing. So I had my camera, my phone, hooked up to it earlier, and I was trying to film my dog and I walking down to the park, and I had a recording on the outward facing camera, and I switched to the forward facing camera, or the selfie camera, whatever, the one that takes your selfie, to kind of just mess with that, and the footage wasn't capturing at all. I don't know if it was something I did, but I went back to review that footage and it's nowhere to be found, but all the other footage where I don't switch between the cameras was there. So I'm not sure if that's something that's going to be fixed in a future update on the app. So that's another thing. So the lights could be brighter, and switching from the different cameras doesn't quite seem to capture all of the video. It all just seems to disappear. Maybe it's an issue with the iPhones. I don't know, but that's just my initial thought on that. So overall, pretty pleased with it. There is a firmware update for this. You have to download the app, connect the device, and you can download the update. I haven't been able to do that. The button seems to be like grayed out, so I'm not sure what to deal with that. It might be just everybody's on there downloading it, and I'm just not catching it at the right time. So, yep. So now we'll cut over to footage I shot. Enjoy seeing my dog. All right, so we're at the dog park now. Beta is not trying to dislocate my shoulder by ripping it out with her leash. So now we can kind of really show what this is all about. Beta, really? That's somebody else's leash. Come on.
It's actually kind of handy that we got this because we were at the other dog park in the Savita area, and let me go get a ball. I'm trying to track bait at the same time. What we got there? Is that a ball? You got the ball? And there she goes. Yeah. Got inverted controls on this stabilizer, so a little bit of getting used to. I'm not an inverted control type of person. I move it in the direction I want to go, not in the early beta. I'm gonna pee on camera. I'm gonna pee for YouTube. There are also different modes for this. Like there's a mode where you can just like lock onto something. And I think it does better with faces. See if we can get beta's attention. Try to get some action shots. So this is what I tried to do the other day at the dog park, holding a camera while trying to throw a ball. So this is gonna be like the real test. Ready? Ball, sit. Good girl. Ready? Terrible throw, but I'm also distracted with the new toy. Drop it. Call me with sand. But I'll try to find that other footage that I had where I tried to do that, because it did not work out as smoothly. Come here, beta. Yeah, you kind of gave it to me. Hey! Get me to throw it. That's right. Good girl. Ready? Yeah. So, yeah, there's different modes. There's ones where it'll completely lock on. There's ones where it'll allow you to pan. And I guess there's one that allows you to like slightly pan. Haven't really figured it all out. We just got like Friday evening, so getting better with it. There's actually controls on the arm itself. So I'll show you. So you can go down, up, go to the right, go to the left, and yeah, I mean it's a pretty neat thing. So yeah, you'll see more of it here in a little bit, but just playing with it for now and doing all that fun stuff. You ready for the ball? You ready? It's the motion is so smooth compared to the natural hand. And obviously this isn't like professional grade stuff. This is kind of just for, you know, average schmoes going about, you know, and maybe just, you know, if you want to have an action camera or something like that on hand. But it's definitely a cool toy to have, and kind of just, you can get better, more professional looking shots with it. It's pretty compact too, you'll see. Wawa, get some Wawa. Whoa. Really just trying to like mess it up and see how far out of alignment it gets. There is an update for it. There's actually firmware in there. But I haven't been able to update. I don't know why. The device is connected and I have the app on my phone, but maybe because it just came out, the firmware is not being pushed, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. So, but yeah. Park. It's a good thing there's nobody at the dog park right now. Probably like wondering, why are you chasing your dog with a stick? It's like just after 8 in San Diego, and probably won't get too pop until 10, so this is less conspicuous than one would expect. Yeah. You a mutt? Beta, come here. Yeah. Whoa. Too many jump-ins. Come on. Bring me the ball. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come and get it.